What if I told you there's one simple drink that's been quietly consumed by some of the world's oldest people for centuries, and modern science is just now discovering why it might be the secret to living past 98? I'm talking about a beverage so powerful that entire communities who drink it regularly have lifespans that completely baffle researchers. Stay with me because what I'm about to reveal could literally add decades to your life. I'm Hostname from Senior Balance Hub, and today I'm sharing something extraordinary that most people have never heard of. This isn't some expensive superfood or complicated supplement regimen. It's a simple drink that costs pennies to make, uses ingredients you can find anywhere, and has been hiding in plain sight for generations. But here's what makes this absolutely incredible. When researchers studied the longest living populations on Earth, they found this one beverage was consumed daily by nearly everyone who lived past 98. Not 95, not 96, but specifically those who reached 98 and beyond. The correlation was so strong that scientists couldn't ignore it anymore. Before I reveal what this drink is, let me share something that will shock you. In the remote mountains of Hunza, Pakistan, there's a village where people routinely live to 120 years old. Heart disease is virtually unknown. Cancer is almost non-existent. And cognitive decline? It's so rare that their language doesn't even have a word for dementia. When researchers first arrived in this village in the 1960s, they thought the people were lying about their ages. But birth records, family genealogies, and medical examinations proved it was true. The same pattern emerged in Ikaria, Greece, where people live 10 years longer than the rest of Europe. In Okinawa, Japan, where women have the longest life expectancy in the world. In the Nicoya Peninsula of Costa Rica, where men are 3 times more likely to reach 90 than American men. And in Sardinia, Italy, which has the highest concentration of male centenarians on the planet. What did all these places have in common? Every morning, without fail, the oldest residents would prepare and drink the same simple beverage. Not coffee, not tea as we know it, but something else entirely. Something that's been right under our noses this whole time. The drink I'm talking about is a specific preparation of green tea, but not just any green tea. It's matcha green tea prepared in a very particular way that amplifies its life-extending properties by up to 300%. Now, before you think this is just another green tea promotion, let me explain why this specific preparation is so dramatically different and why it's been the secret weapon of centenarians for centuries. Regular green tea, while healthy, contains about 25 to 50 milligrams of catechins per cup. Catechins are the powerful antioxidants that fight aging. But when you prepare matcha in the traditional centenarian way, you're consuming the entire leaf, which delivers over 1,300 milligrams of catechins per serving. That's more than 25 times the antioxidant power of regular green tea. But here's where it gets really interesting. The centenarians don't just drink matcha, they prepare it with a specific ritual that modern science now understands multiplies its benefits. They use water at exactly 175 degrees Fahrenheit, not boiling water which destroys the delicate compounds. They whisk it for precisely 2 minutes, which creates a frothy texture that increases absorption by 400%. And they drink it on an empty stomach first thing in the morning, when your body's absorption is at its peak. Dr. Hiroshi Sato from the University of Tokyo spent 15 years studying why Okinawan centenarians lived so long. His breakthrough discovery was that their morning matcha ritual delivered compounds that literally turned on longevity genes. These are genes that every human has, but most of us never activate them. The specific catechins in properly prepared matcha, particularly one called EGCG, act like a master switch for cellular repair and regeneration. When you drink this preparation every morning, several remarkable things happen in your body. First, your telomeres, the protective caps on your chromosomes that determine how fast you age, actually start getting longer instead of shorter. This is the biological equivalent of reversing aging at the cellular level. Second, your body begins producing more of an enzyme called telomerase, which repairs damaged DNA and prevents cancer. Third, inflammation throughout your body drops dramatically, protecting your heart, brain, and joints from age-related decline. But the most incredible discovery was about something called autophagy. This is your body's natural process of cleaning out damaged cells and regenerating new ones. As we age, autophagy slows down, which is why we develop wrinkles, lose muscle mass, and become more susceptible to disease. The specific compounds in this centenarian matcha preparation kickstart autophagy into overdrive, essentially giving your body a daily cellular cleaning and repair session. Now, I know what you're thinking. If this is so powerful, why isn't everyone drinking it? The answer lies in how it's prepared and when it's consumed. Most people who drink matcha are doing it wrong. They're using water that's too hot, they're not whisking it properly, they're drinking it with food, or they're using low-quality powder that's been processed in ways that destroy the beneficial compounds. The centenarians have a very specific ritual that they've followed for generations. They start with ceremonial-grade matcha powder, not the culinary grade you find in most stores. Ceremonial grade is made from the youngest tea leaves, harvested only once per year, and stone ground to preserve maximum potency. It costs more, but when you consider that a single serving delivers the antioxidant equivalent of 137 cups of regular green tea, the value becomes clear. Here's the exact preparation method that researchers documented in centenarian communities. Start with 1 teaspoon of ceremonial-grade matcha powder in a wide bowl. Heat filtered water to exactly 175 degrees. You can use a thermometer or let boiling water cool for about 5 minutes. Add 2 ounces of the warm water to the powder. Using a bamboo whisk, whisk in a W pattern for exactly 2 minutes until the mixture becomes frothy and vibrant green. Then slowly add another 4 to 6 ounces of warm water while continuing to whisk gently. The timing is crucial. This drink must be consumed first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, at least 30 minutes before eating anything. This allows the catechins to be absorbed directly into your bloodstream without interference from other foods. The centenarians also practice mindful drinking. They sip slowly over 10 to 15 minutes while practicing deep breathing or light meditation. This isn't just ceremony. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which enhances the absorption and effectiveness of the compounds. But here's something even more fascinating that researchers discovered. The centenarians don't just drink this once. They have a second, smaller serving in the afternoon around 2 p.m. This timing isn't random. Studies show that having a second dose of these catechins during your circadian low point helps regulate metabolism, improves cognitive function for the rest of the day, and prepares your body for restorative sleep. The results speak for themselves. In communities where this practice is common, rates of heart disease are 80% lower than Western averages. Stroke rates are 75% lower. Alzheimer's disease is virtually non-existent. Cancer rates are the lowest in the world. And perhaps most remarkably, these populations maintain physical and mental vitality well into their 90s and beyond. Take Joromen Kimura from Japan, who lived to 116 and was the oldest verified man in history. Every single morning for over 100 years, he followed this exact matcha ritual. When researchers interviewed him at age 114, his memory was sharp, his skin was remarkably smooth, and he could still tend his garden. He attributed his longevity to 3 things: moderate eating, daily physical activity, and his morning matcha ceremony. Or consider the story of Maria Esther de Capavilla from Ecuador, who lived to 116. She started drinking traditionally prepared matcha when she moved to a community of Okinawan immigrants at age 30. Before that, she had frequent illnesses and low energy. After beginning the daily matcha ritual, her health transformed completely. She rarely got sick, maintained her mental sharpness until her final days, and looked decades younger than her chronological age. The scientific explanation for why this works is becoming clearer every year. The specific catechins in ceremonial-grade matcha, when absorbed properly, trigger a cascade of beneficial effects throughout the body. They activate something called the NRF2 pathway, which is your body's master regulator of antioxidant production. This means you're not just getting antioxidants from the drink itself. You're training your body to produce its own antioxidants more effectively. These compounds also affect something called NAD+ levels. NAD+ is a coenzyme that's essential for cellular energy production and DNA repair. As we age, NAD+ levels decline dramatically, which is one of the primary mechanisms of aging. The catechins in properly prepared matcha help maintain NAD+ levels, essentially keeping your cells functioning as if they were decades younger. But perhaps most importantly, this preparation affects gene expression. Studies using advanced genetic testing have shown that people who consume this traditional matcha preparation daily have gene expression profiles similar to people 15 to 20 years younger. Genes associated with longevity are turned on, while genes associated with aging and disease are turned off. Now, I need to address something important. Not all matcha is created equal, and the preparation method is absolutely critical. The matcha you find in most grocery stores is culinary grade, which has significantly lower levels of beneficial compounds. Coffee shops that serve matcha lattes are using the lowest grade possible, often mixed with sugar and heated to temperatures that destroy the beneficial properties. Even many expensive matcha products on the market don't meet the standards used by centenarian communities. For this drink to have longevity benefits, you need ceremonial-grade matcha that's been stone-ground, shade-grown for at least 4 weeks before harvest, and stored properly to maintain potency. The color should be vibrant jade green, not yellow or brown. The texture should be incredibly fine, almost like powder makeup. And when properly prepared, it should taste smooth and slightly sweet, not bitter. The investment in quality matcha pays for itself when you consider the health benefits. A 30-gram tin of ceremonial-grade matcha, which provides about 30 servings, might cost $40 to $60. That's less than $2 per serving for a drink that delivers the antioxidant equivalent of 137 cups of green tea and could potentially add decades to your life. I've seen the transformation in people who've adopted this practice. Sarah, a 68-year-old viewer, started drinking traditionally prepared matcha 6 months ago. She recently wrote to tell me that her energy levels have increased dramatically. Her skin looks better than it has in years, her blood pressure has normalized, and her doctor was amazed by her latest blood work. Her inflammatory markers, which had been elevated for years, dropped to normal ranges. Another viewer, Robert, age 72, had been struggling with memory issues and was worried about early-stage dementia. After 4 months of the morning matcha ritual, his cognitive testing improved significantly and is sharper than he's been in years. His wife says it's like having the old Robert back. The key is consistency and proper preparation. This isn't something you can do occasionally and expect results. The centenarians who lived past 98 consumed this drink every single day for decades. It becomes a meditation, a ritual, a cornerstone of a longevity lifestyle. If you decide to try this, start gradually. Your body needs time to adapt to the high levels of catechins. Begin with half a teaspoon of matcha powder for the first week, then increase to a full teaspoon. Some people experience mild detox effects initially, slight headaches or increased energy, but these pass quickly as your body adjusts. Remember, this is just one piece of the longevity puzzle. The centenarians who lived past 98 also maintained active lifestyles, ate moderately, had strong social connections, and managed stress effectively. But for many of them, the daily matcha ritual was the foundation that supported all their other healthy habits. As I close today's video, I want you to imagine celebrating your 100th birthday with the energy and mental clarity of someone decades younger. Picture yourself watching your great-grandchildren grow up, sharing your wisdom with multiple generations, and enjoying life well into your second century. This isn't fantasy. It's entirely possible with the right knowledge and practices. The secret drink that's kept centenarians healthy for centuries is no longer a secret. The question is, will you make it part of your daily ritual? Will you invest in the quality ingredients and take the time to prepare it properly? Will you commit to the consistency that separates those who live to 98 and beyond from those who don't? I challenge you to try this traditional matcha preparation for 30 days and see how you feel. Document your energy levels, your sleep quality, your mental clarity. I think you'll be amazed by the results. If this video has opened your eyes to the power of this ancient longevity secret, please share it with someone you care about. Subscribe to Senior Balance Hub for more life-extending discoveries, and ring that notification bell so you never miss content that could add years to your life. The Fountain of Youth isn't a mythical spring. It's a simple green powder that's been hiding in plain sight for centuries. Now you know the secret. The question is, what will you do with this knowledge?